Hi guys, this is editorial analysis for 15th and 16th March combined. 15th and 16th March 2017. Let's go to the first one. This is from the Hindu Business Line. It says that the number of scheduled tribes has increased from 225 in 1960 to 700 today. And the criteria to define who should be considered as a scheduled tribe is rather subjective, and it's subject to a lot of controversy. So, the constitution only states that scheduled tribes are specified by the president after consultation with the governor, and it does not specify specific criteria according to which a community should be judged whether they should be considered as a scheduled tribe or not. However, some indicators like primitive traits, distinctive culture, geographical isolation, shyness of contact, and backwardness are used by the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. These general standards were established following the definition of 1931 census, the report of the first Backward Classes Commission 1955, the Kalelkar Advisory Committee, and revision of SC/ST list by Lokur Committee. So, according to the findings of these censuses and committees, these few indicators have been established as a convention over a period of time. However, the constitution does not list out any specific criteria. However, there is still a lot of scope of discretion in this, and thus it becomes a subject of controversy because whether a community has gotten the status of scheduled tribe or not, if they have gotten it, it could lead to a lot of tangible benefits in jobs and higher education. A particular case in point currently could be the Nari Kuruvar community. Nari Kuruvar community. They originated basically in North India before migrating to South in Tamil Nadu about half a millennia ago. They have been traditionally hunters, but now since now hunting is illegal, so it sort of now they're pushed into margins and they're living in dire poverty, and they make and sell beads and other small ornaments in the local market and temples. They suffer from illiteracy, multiple health challenges, and unemployment. Tamil Nadu classifies them as a most backward community, MBC. However, they identify themselves as Adivasi and they seek the scheduled tribe status. Very important from anthropology optional point of view. Let's move on to the next editorial. This is also from the Hindu Business Line. Just a few points that we can add in our mains answer whenever required. It says by 2050, the year, India will be world's most populous country with 1.7 billion people and the world's second largest economy with a GDP of $42 trillion in PPP terms. India will be required to increase its annual food production by 30% to 333 million tons. In addition, more than 808 gigawatt of new power generation capacity would be required by the year 2040. So, this is something that we really have to do something about right now, food and fuel security. Let's move on to the next editorial. I don't know which newspaper was this in. I've forgotten, most probably the Hindu, but I can't say with certainty. It says that the United Nations in a report has accused Israel of apartheid in not only the West Bank, and East Jerusalem, but entire Israel. So the United Nations has accused Israel of apartheid. Israel has failed to guarantee equal rights to its all citizens because Israel's rationale is that there are 12 million Palestinians and 6 million Jews in there. So Palestinians sort of act as a demographic threat. So Israel has sort of become a racial regime now. Now, Palestinians with Israeli citizenship, they do not have the right to nationality. That is, they can only access inferior social services. They face restrictive zoning laws and they cannot freely buy land. So these are some of the ways in which Israel discriminates against its own people, and it's a form of racism in the modern times. They have this law called the Muezzin Bill, which basically imposes limits on the Muslim call to prayer in Israel and East Jerusalem. So this report by United Nations, it acknowledges that Israel is an apartheid regime, which is tantamount to a war crime in the 1977 protocol, additional to the Geneva Conventions, and it is a crime against humanity according to the 1973 Apartheid Convention and the 1998 Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. So these are the editorials for 15th and 16th March 2017 combined. Thank you.